This is Lawrence Sanek at Home Seller Homebuyer Podcast. Thank you for joining us today so you can learn about Home Seller episode number 20, Why You Need a Home Inspection. Why a home inspection? Why do you need a home inspection if you're selling your home? Before you sell a home, one of the things you should do is have the home checked out by a professional home inspector. Selling a home is expensive enough as it is. Why would you choose to spend approximately $400 if you're not required to? We'll delve into what a home inspection can reveal and why you should not forgo this optional procedure. The home inspection contingency. Your first clue that a home inspection is important is that can be used as a contingency in your purchase offer. This contingency provides that if significant defects are revealed by a home inspector, the buyer can back out of their offer free of penalty within a certain time frame. The potential problems a home can have must be pretty serious if they could allow you to walk away from such a significant contract. What a home inspection examines. Inspectors vary in experience, ability, and thoroughness, but a good inspector should examine certain components of the home that is being purchased and then produce a report conveying his or her findings. The typical inspection lasts 2 to 3 hours, and the buyer is usually present for the inspection to get a first-hand explanation of the inspector's findings and, if necessary, ask questions. Also, any problems the inspector uncovers will make more sense if the buyer sees them in person instead of relying solely on the snapshots and the report. The inspector should note whether each problem is a safety issue, a major defect, or a minor defect, which items need replacement and which should be repaired or serviced, items that are suitable for now but that should be monitored closely. A really great inspector will even tell you about routine maintenance that should be performed, which can be a great help to a first-time homebuyer. While it is possible to list everything an inspector can possibly check for, the following list will give you a general idea of what to expect. On the exterior, they'll check the exterior walls. We'll check for damage or missing siding and cracks, and whether the soil is excessively close contact with the bottom of the house, which can invite wood-destroying insects. However, the pest inspector, not the home inspector, will check for actual damage from these insects. The inspector will let you know which problems are cosmetic and which could be more serious. The foundation. If the foundation is not visible, and it usually is not, the inspector will not be able to examine it directly, but they can check for secondary evidence of foundation issues, like cracks or settling. Grading. The inspector will let you know whether grading slopes away from the house as it should. If it doesn't, water could get into the house and cause damage, and you will need to either change the slope of the yard or install a drainage system. The garage or carport. The inspector will test the garage door for proper opening and closing, check the garage framing if it is visible, and determine if the garage is properly ventilated to prevent accidental carbon monoxide poisoning. If the water heater is in the garage, the inspector will make sure it is installed high enough off the ground to minimize the risk of explosion from gasoline fumes mingling with the heater's flame if you have a gas heater. The roof. The inspector will check for areas where damage or poor installation could allow water to enter the home, such as loose or missing or improperly secured shingles, and cracked or damaged mastic around vents. He or she will also check the condition of the gutters. On the interior, the plumbing. The home inspector will check all faucets and showers, look for visible leaks, such as under sinks, and test the water pressure. He or she will also identify the kind of pipes the house has if any pipes are visible. The inspector may recommend a secondary inspection if the pipes are old to determine if or when they need to be replaced and how much work would cost. The inspector will also identify the location of the home's main water shutoff valve. Electrical. The inspector will identify the kind of wiring the house has, test all the outlets and make sure they are functioning and have functional ground fault circuit interrupters, which can protect you from electrocution, electric shock, and electrical burns installed in areas like bathrooms, kitchen, garage, and outdoors. They will also check your electrical panel for any safety issues and check your electrical outlets to make sure they do not present a fire hazard. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. The inspector will look at your HVAC system to estimate the age of the furnace and air conditioner, determine if they function properly, and recommend repairs or maintenance. An inspector can also give you an idea of the age of the home's ducting, whether it might have leaks, if your home has sufficient insulation to minimize your energy bills, and whether there's any asbestos insulation. The water heater. The home inspector will identify the age of the heater and determine if it is properly installed and secured. The inspector will also let you know what kind of condition it is in and give you a general idea of how many years it has left. Kitchen appliances. The inspector will sometimes check the kitchen appliances that come with the home to make sure they work, but these are not always part of the inspection. Be sure to ask the inspector which appliances are not included so they can check them yourselves. Laundry room. The inspector will make sure the laundry room is properly vented. A poorly maintained dry exhaust system can be a serious fire hazard. Fire safety. If the home has an attached garage, the inspector will make sure the wall has the proper fire rating and that it has been not damaged in any way that could compromise its fire rating. They will also test the home's smoke detectors. Bathrooms. The inspector will check for visible leaks, properly secured toilets, adequate ventilation, and other issues. If the bathroom does not have a window and/or ventilation fan, mold and mildew can become problems, and moisture can warp wood cabinets over time. Home inspection shortcomings. A home inspection can't identify everything that might be wrong with the property. It only checks for visible clues to problems. For example, if the home's doors do not close properly or the floors are slanted, the foundation might have a crack. But if the crack can't be seen without pulling up all the flooring in the house, a home inspector can't tell you for sure if it's there. Furthermore, most home inspectors are generalists. That is, they can tell you that the plumbing might have a problem, but then they will recommend that you hire an expert to verify the problem and give you an estimate of the cost to fix it. Of course, hiring additional inspectors will cost extra money. Home inspectors also do not check for issues like termite damage, site contamination, mold engineering problems, and others like asbestos, radon, wood-destroying organisms, mold, mildew, fungi, rodents, lead, roofs with a short life expectancy. After the inspection, once the buyer has the results of your home inspection, they have several options. If the problems are too significant or too expensive to fix, they can choose to walk away from the purchase as long as the purchase contract has an inspection contingency. For problems, large or small, they can ask the seller to fix them, reduce the purchase price, or to give them a cash credit at closing to fix the problems themselves. This is where home inspection can pay for itself many times over. If these options aren't viable in your situation, for example, if the property is bank-owned and being sold as is, they can get estimates to fix the problems themselves and come up with a plan for repairs in order of their importance and affordability once they own the property. The bottom line, a home inspection will cost you a little bit of time and money, but in the long run, you'll be glad you did it. The inspection can reveal problems that you may be able to correct before putting your home on the market, saving you time, money, and the aggravation of a buyer canceling the deal because of an inspection. An inspection can give you a crash course in home maintenance and a checklist of items that need attention to make your home saleable. Don't skip this important step in the home selling process. It's worth every penny. Home inspection questions and answers. Is a home inspection required to close my transaction? Some lenders require a home inspection before they will approve a loan. Buyers should demand an inspection even if the property is new. Sellers who want to repair any defects that could delay the sale may order a home inspection before they put their property on the market. When should a home inspection take place? A home inspection is ordered after a purchase agreement has been signed and an escrow account has been opened. But the seller should have one before listing the property to eliminate any surprises when the buyer orders their inspection. If the inspector, who files a general report with the escrow or closing agent, finds a defect in a particular system, a specialist such as a professional roofer, plumber, or electrician will need to be called to make the repairs. The cost of a home inspection will vary anywhere from $300 to $500 for the average home. The buyer pays for the home inspections that they are getting, but a seller would pay for one to make sure that they know what the problems are, if any, and not be surprised when the buyer has their inspection. A home inspection report is a report created by the professional home inspector that describes the condition of a property, noting where repairs are needed. If you are in a transaction, the home inspector will provide you with a copy and may send an additional copy to your settlement agent. When hiring a home inspector, ask about the report form. You'll want one that provides a clear description of each inspected area. You won't get enough information from a report that describes areas as good, fair, or poor. Do you need an inspection if you're buying a condo? Yes. Knowing the condition of a condo before you buy is in your best interest. Inspectors should not only check for defects in your unit, they should also check the general condition of common areas and systems, such as gas lines, electrical, roofing, etc. Because repairs to a common area and systems are paid for by the homeowner association fees, a buyer should ask to see the homeowners association maintenance plan. They should also ask to review the association's meetings to learn about maintenance issues and subsequent increases in HOA fees. Should you use a certified inspector? Certified doesn't necessarily mean that an inspector has received specialized training. Some inspectors are considered certified if they paid a membership fee to a home inspection organization. Your best bet at finding a good inspector is from a referral. Ask neighbors and friends who have recently bought property. Your real estate agent can also help. If you can't get a referral, contact the home inspection associations that credential their members, such as the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors, the National Association of Home Inspectors, and the American Society of Home Inspectors. Again, why do you need a home inspection? The purchase of a home is one of the biggest investments people will make in their lifetime, but is also among the greatest source of anxiety. A home inspection helps ensure home buyers of the quality of their investment by making them aware of its condition and alerting them to any concerns. This can serve to relieve stress, increase confidence, and reduce the threat of legal action in the future. It helps the seller make sure their property does not have any glitches that would curtail the sale of the property. So now, why do you want a home inspection? Even though you're selling the home, you want to make sure that when the buyer does their inspection, there are no glitches or problems that they can walk away from the deal. Thank you for listening to Home Seller episode number 20 about why you need a home inspection. We are grateful for the time you have taken to listen to this podcast and look forward to your input on what you would like to hear about in future podcasts. You can find the show notes at homesellerhomebuyer.com. You can leave your comments, questions, and suggestions by using the Contact Us button in the upper right-hand corner of the website, or you can email us at info@homesellerhomebuyer.com. Tell your family, friends, and coworkers about Home Seller Homebuyer Podcast. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to the Home Seller Homebuyer Podcast and catch us on the next episode. Thank you for listening so you can stay informed.